welcome to a new video. Our postman arrived for me 2 days ago. Dropped off a package that I have eagerly been awaiting. I usually tend to have bad experiences with eBay and buying second-hand trains, but hopefully I think this one might restore the faith. I've gone ahead and took the liberty of cutting the tape already, as it was proving quite difficult, so we'll just get into it. This loco cost me 28p including postage, and it is very well packaged. Looking at it, in fact, it's looking like, yep, it's looking like I'm gonna have to jump cut to me having this fully open. In fact, that's what we'll do. We'll jump cut to me having got to the last layer of the bubble wrap, I think. We're at the last layer, and I think eagle-eyed viewers may be able to see what it is through the bubble wrap. Yes, that is gorgeous, actually. Yeah, there it is. There's the actual loco and tender. It is a Triang Princess Elizabeth. It is the one that features the chuff chuff sounds in the tender, and it's even got the synchro smoke unit in the front. Not too sure whether this runs yet or not, so what we'll do, we'll go and put it on the track in a second and see whether it runs. Either way, it's going to get taken apart, have a clean, it's a bit dusty in places, but other than that, the condition of this is absolutely fabulous. When you look at the hand railing here and the lining, barely a blemish. The only sort of errors I can find are the bit of lining damage there. On the front here, I'll add in some close-up shots in a second. And there's a cracked buffer on the back of the tender, and a bit of paint chipping here and there, but considering its age, I think this model is in near perfect condition. So we'll go and cut now to trying it on the track, and after that we'll go and see about cleaning up the body and giving the motor a bit of an oil and that, because it does seem to be quite dry to the touch. Yeah, and give the wheels a bit of a clean, they've got a bit of markings on them. So that's what we'll do. We'll go and give her a quick blast of juice around the track, see what happens, and go and give her a bit of a clean. So here we are now, we've got her down on the track. This will be the first time for me seeing whether she runs if we give her a bit of power. So let's just crank it up a little bit. There's a bit of movement there. Oh, she just spluttered into the line. Bit loud, bit of a noisy runner, but she does seem to be working okay. In fact, there is a bit of smoke coming from her, so I think we'll be a bit careful with that. I don't know whether that's leftover fluid that's dried up in the synchro smoke unit, but I don't want to risk it anymore, I don't think, so we'll stop here, take her apart and give her a bit of a clean, just to be on the safe side. So we'll just get the securing screw out from the front of the loco and open her up, and whoops, if we zoom out a little bit, I'll pull the body off and we'll see what the motor is like, and I think that may be the culprit. In fact, if I can put the body to the side for safekeeping, make sure that she stays alright. If we look here, I've noticed this straight away. Let me see if I can zoom in on it a bit better for you there. This wire should be soldered onto here, look, on that little edge there, and it looks like it's come undone. I don't know whether that would make too much of a difference. The actual motor itself, sorry, you can't see that. The actual motor itself doesn't seem to be in too bad a condition. The worm itself looks clean. Can't see the commutator yet without taking the brushes off. No, it doesn't look in too bad condition, so I do wonder if the smoke was just leftover residue from inside the synchro smoke unit. Let me just zoom out a little bit there, sorry, I didn't realise. We'll take the mounting screw for the synchro smoke out so we can actually have a look inside that as well. Quite a long screw, these. We'll put that down to the side, in fact, out of the way there. And we'll leave these wires out of the way. We'll have a look, see out inside. It looks relatively dry. I don't see why there should be anything in there, which maybe we don't have a quick. No, it doesn't smell like there's any fluid in there or not, so what we'll do, we'll go ahead and give the loco itself bit of a clean, we'll clean the motor out and that, and see what we can do. So I've just had it running very quickly without the smoke boxing. Only gave it a quick blast to have a look, see whether I could see where the smoke was coming from, and it is definitely coming from these brushes on the commutator and them sparking very bad, so we'll definitely prioritise getting this motor stripped down, getting it all cleaned, clean the brushes, clean the commutator, get all the grind and muck out of it, and see what happens from there. Okay, so we're back to start cleaning this up, and first things first we'll unscrew the motor from its housing. I always have difficulty doing these because of the magnesium, I believe it is, these magnetic blocks located at the back of the motors. Sorry, my hand's in the way there, so I'm just trying to finish unscrewing this. We'll use the motor screwdriver to try and just finish getting this out. And there's that screw, make sure you don't lose that. Right, so we'll see about removing these. Yeah, that's come off alright. Give them a bit of a clean in a second. Try and remove this contact clip away from this brush on the back side here. That's out. Now just be careful not to lose the brushes. Yeah, they are black as anything they are. So we'll try and get them cleaned up if you can. Sorry, just pulled it out of frame there. As I try and grab the other brush. Yep, there we are. Keep them to one side for cleaning later. And now, yep, the motor should just come through. So we'll put the body to one side, so I'm trying to clean the motor itself. So we'll start by cleaning the commutator, and I'll cut to a better angle, and we'll come back. Right, so the first thing I like to do is I like to use a bit of nail polish remover and just dip a cotton bud in there. Tends to be my go-to cleaning agent for anything like this. I have checked and apparently they are all alright to use. Sorry, let me just move my tweezers out of the way. And first thing we'll do, we'll just go through and clean the commutator off. Yeah, and look at the muck that's come off that already. So I think that's all. This is just a case of the whole kit needing a bit of a clean down. So we'll more than likely just speed through this in a time lapse or something, and come back to it, or we'll just jump cut to me having moved on to the next step. Right, so I've given the commutator a bit of a clean with the nail polish remover. Next thing to do is grab something very small, very sharp, preferably like a needle, and these little grooves in the commutator, you just want to brush through them like that. So we'll do this, and I'll cut to me having done this and cleaning the brushes, just to give you a quick oversight. This is to try and bring out any dirt that might be trapped on the inside that you can't get to normally, even with a nail polish remover. Right, so these brushes, you can see, need a bit of a clean all over the place. We could do it cleaning the actual bit that's in contact with the commutator and the top bit of the contact here. We could do the bit of a clean. So what we'll do, we'll hit the bottom pieces here with a bit of the nail polish remover to try and bring away some of that grime, and this top bit we'll scrape away using a screwdriver. So we'll just grab the brush and just give it a wipe over with the nail polish remover. You can see how much grime is coming off that already. Now for the next stage of this quick restoration, we're going to have to try and, sorry if I can get my arms round. We'll try it this way. We're going to have to try and clean these contacts off here, these top pieces. So what we'll do with that, we'll clean them with a flathead screwdriver. So the next step is cleaning this piece. I'm not too sure what you'd call it, but it's what touches both the brushes and connects to the motor. All we'll do with this simply is we'll give it a bit of a file and we'll probably give the insulated piece a bit of a wipe over because it's a bit dirty, but this piece is literally as simple as just giving it a quick final. So now we're going to see about lubricating the motor a little bit, the worm, the sponges and the bearing. So for now, the only places we'll add a bit of a lubricant, you can use your favourite lubricant, just add a few drops to the sponges either side, 1 or 2 drops to there, either side. Preferably you'd use an oiling pen or something for this. I don't have one of them yet because I've only just started getting into restoring these older locos and that. Put a drop on the bearing. We'll do the worm, and I'm not too sure what this piece at the back is called. We'll do that once it's assembled and back on the chassis. It makes it a bit easier because we've still got to lubricate the axles and any of the moving parts. Right, so the first thing we're going to address with this the chassis is cleaning the wheels. A bit of polish nail remover again, and we're just going to rub it along the wheels. Right, so I've cleaned the wheels. I've had a little go at trying to do the running rods, a little bit of a treatment, and nothing I've tried so far has worked. So if anybody's got any suggestions, that would be greatly appreciated. There'll be a little image up on the side showing you a close-up of what it's like to be a bit more accurate. But now we're just going to reassemble the motor to the shaft. Right, there we are, the brushes are back in place, and now it is just a case of reattaching this contact piece. Can't say I'm ever a massive fan of doing this. Can't ever seem to get it in, but that one's gone in first try actually. I've removed the front and back bogies to try and make this piece a bit easier for me to do. Now if we just lift this off, it exposes the axles. Now all we've got to do for this is just file these contacts down. Now be careful because these are very delicate and fragile, to take a bit of care with them, but these do look a bit grimy and dirty, so we'll probably speed through this or jump cut to me having done these as well. So I'm just lubricating this last axle, and then I'll apply a tiny bit to the worm gear here. And then, right, so I've cleaned these contacts and we'll just put them back in, and we'll reattach the screws. Back on the track, and we'll just give her a little bit of juice, and I am looking mostly out for that smell. I have got her going backwards. Push. She does seem to be stalling, but I think that's just because she needs a bit of a running perhaps, but the smell doesn't seem to be there, but there does seem to be significant stalling. So I don't know. Try and bring her backwards a little bit. We'll run her in forwards and backwards, 10 minutes each, and we'll come back after that, and we'll reattach the body and see whether that has worked. So until then. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to finish assembling the rest of the kit, the chassis. We'll start by reassembling the tent. Okay, so I've got some Pullmans here ready to be coupled up to. we'll just bring her back up, see whether she stalls on the point. Yeah, she has, so we'll give her a bit of a nudge, we'll pick these up. I think we've got them now, haven't we? And we'll let her pull them away, and then we'll cut to some shots of her running around the layout for a little bit. There she goes, just leaving the station, that beautiful chuck sound. So we'll take just a quick look at some of the smaller details while she's all clean and sparkly. You can see here the handrails moulded in but picked out beautifully. Again, the lining on both the tender and along the running board there, perfectly picked out. It's a shame about the running rods on this, the little bits of paint chipping that I'll show some pictures of again on the smoke box and the roof of the cab. Beautiful bronze whistles here. The coal looks pretty good actually, to be honest, for the time. The undercarriage detailing on the tender does also look very, very nice. The decals for both the LMS and the numbers, as well as this beautifully printed and applied name plate there. Just overall a really good looking model, and I probably would say an icon from Triang. So like I said, I didn't want to spend too long looking at this. It took a lot longer to do this than expected, and the video has come out a lot longer, but hopefully you've all enjoyed. So we'll pick up again on another video at some point, whether it be based on the layout or another restoration, or even just a review of another loco going more depth. Maybe we'll revisit this at some point in the future. I'm definitely going to perhaps change and try and revamp the chuff sounds in the tender, and have a look at trying to get this smoke box working. Just solder that wire back down and get some oil. I've seen some very nice things about wiring resistors in parallel, but we'll see. And try and get these running rods, excuse me, nice and sparkly again. But other than that, for £28, I think absolutely stunning model and fantastic, and looks absolutely gorgeous running around the layout. So thanks for watching.